Hello, annyeonghaseyo. Welcome back to the K-League United podcast. I'm Matthew Binns, and joining me for the first time in a while, it's Michael Redmond. Hello, Michael.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, it's been quite a while. It's nice to be
It,
back.
it
Well,
is. Well, yeah, it's been quite a while, and when you're on, it does usually mean we are talking about one thing, and hence your perhaps hesitation in your answer there. But yeah, we are talking about Seoul E-Land. It's been a while since we've checked in at the Leopards Den, as you lovingly call it, and well, it's also been a while since we've checked in on the K2. So we thought we'd just quickly pick your thoughts on what is going on at Seoul Land this season. Try and get an idea of the state of things, and is there anything that can be done this season, or what needs to be done next season to try and salvage the situation they're in. But for the listeners who might not be aware of the situation Seoul Land are in, Michael, give us a quick rundown of where they are right now and how the season has gone.
so ready for the monologue. It has been one of the worst seasons I've ever seen Seoul E-Land play. I've watched Seoul E-Land since 2017. I've seen them finish twice last, okay? The football is terrible. The management is terrible. The only reason that we're in, we're 8th place now at the moment. The only reason we're not 11th is because John and Busan are also having a terrible season too. Not disrespecting them, just saying they're not having a good season as well. The way that we play football is boring. It's dull. It's dire. It's long ball and hope to pass it to Cadenazzi up front, who's the tallest player on the pitch. We have a saviour in Sabusa and Kim Sung-min in the middle. They're both looking at each other like, why are we in this team? It is a failure. It's a failed market. It's a failed product. Fans are not fans. They're customers. And it is a complete shambles, okay? It's a complete shambles of a football team. I have seen this happen since we lost it turned the moment we lost 1-0 against Aston Magungwa, or Cheongnam, sorry, now, back in 2021, April 2021 or March 2021. I'm not sure the date is sure. Last year, so 18 months ago, this problem came in where we were shell-shocked that we lost so late in the game, and it's happened 8 times now this season where we have lost last-minute goals, where we've been winning the game to draw or drawing a game to loss. We cannot keep our heads in the game. The mentality's gone, the spirit's down, the passion's gone. There's nothing in the team anymore. It is literally a shell of what I watched when we were finishing last. When we were winning 5 games a season, it's the shell of that team, and that says a lot. Because in 2018, we had Coutinho. Oh, no, that's 2019. In 2019, we had Coutinho and we had Girardi, who now plays for San Greeners. But they kept scoring goals for Elan. They kept making the team. 2020, we had Leandro, who was on absolute fire. Who do we have in this team that we could say, oh, so Leland has smashed it. We have a player that we can trust in. No. People say Kim In-sung. I don't rate Kim In-sung at Seoul E-Land. He's way above Seoul E-Land's level, but the team itself is just an absolute joke, to be honest. I'm sorry to be ranting and raving. This is probably not what you expected from me, but it's been 5 years of misery, and boiling point now has happened. So,
well, I mean, yeah, it's fully understandable, and there's a lot to unpack there from your opening remarks. But I mean, where to start there? It's just interesting that you mentioned Kim In-sung. You mentioned all the other high-profile names like Sabasa that have all come in. These are all high-profile names. Why then, when they come into Seoul, why are they not producing on the pitch? Because these are players with good reputations in K-League One. They're not players who've been picked, who've been reserves of their squads. They're all established names. Why is it then when they come in through the door at Seoul, they're no longer able to produce what they're capable of?
Chun Jun-young.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
He's
changed everything. He's tried changing tactics. He's tried changing teams. He's tried changing management, backing staff. Sorry, he just can't do it, and he won't walk. If you go on the Seoul E-Land Instagram, you go on the Seoul E-Land Facebook. Now, my Korean's not fantastic, but I understand Korean very well these days. You should see some of the comments that are on the Seoul E-Land social media post every time we lose a game. I'm not alone on this. Everyone thinks the same thing. It's the elephant in the room.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and he's been in charge since 2020. Now, he had a fantastic 2020 season. So they were on the cusp. They were a goal away from being in the playoffs in 2020. obviously right to stick with him and build on on the legacy he was laying the foundations for there. But last season wasn't a good season for Seoul E-Land. As you mentioned, there was that chopping and changing with the players, that chopping and changing with the backroom staff. I guess it's why haven't these fixes in particular, they've not worked out, have they really?
It was a case of last year we started so well. We started so well. We were top of the league. We were undefeated in the first 5.
Thrashed Kim Chon-Sangmu 4-0 in the second game.
We beat the Army 4-0. First game of the season, we beat Busan Ipar 3-0. Then we beat the Army Kim Chon-Sangmu 4-0. And then we went to Yongnan, went to Changwon, and went a 0-0 draw. And for us, I think it was 0-0 draw. We're standing up against the big teams there, and we're thinking, this is our year. We're going to go and do it. We're going to do it. And by the end of the season, we were fighting with Bucheon for the wooden spoon. So we went from first down to 9th because there was only 10 teams last year. We lost 2-1 last game of the season against Chungnam. I keep saying Asmagungwa because that's their old Chungnam. And we were like, what is happening here? Now, unfortunately, a lot of bad things happened last year. There was a death in the backing staff. There was a lot of problems with Solion, which it was a bit of a somber mood in 2021. We thought we'd give him one more go. We'll give him one more try. We'll let him have another go. And in the winter, we had a massive clear out. We got rid of everyone, and we brought in a new set of players. And we're in the same situation now as we were last year. We're probably doing slightly better. But I mean slightly better. I think we've probably won maybe one game more than last year. And I don't even think that's true, to be honest. But we're doing a little bit better just mentally thinking about it. We're dead in the water, unfortunately, and we'll always be dead in the water. And if you want to talk about next year, maybe that's the next question you have, but I'll leave that for the next question. But at the moment, I could see Jonham overtaking us. I could see Ansan overtaking us. I could see Busan overtaking us. I think we are going to finish the season 10th or 11th.
Yeah. I mean, a topic you've drawn on there and something you've drawn on at the beginning of this chat, you mentioned about doing a do-over, getting rid of the staff, bringing in new staff. Now, this is not new at K-League 2 clubs. We know that teams are in K-League 2, teams that don't get promoted, they're susceptible to this. Some team players don't want to stay, they clear out, and you get this this constant cycle. But Seoul E-Land, they are a club with money. They know they're John Hannah Citizen. They know, they know John Buck. They know Ulsan. But they are a team with a bit of finance as well. So they are capable of attracting reasonable talent. They are a team capable of keeping players. I guess my question is, do you worry that Seoul E-Land is in a cycle of constant do-overs? And would another do-over be what they need to turn things around?
I think you're 100% right. It's just cycle after cycle after cycle. But I worry about the next cycle. Because the next cycle, Jun Young's out of his contract at the end of the year. He's only got a 3-year contract and it's gone. Now, stranger things have happened, but I'd be very, very surprised if they kept him on as manager next year. I'd be very, very surprised. But knowing E-Land, they'd probably give him a 5-year contract. However, next season, let's think about the players who potentially will not be here next year. Yoon Bong-san, Kim Sung-min, Sabusa, Kim In-sung, Kadenati. Asenho, apparently, his season might be already done, to be honest. I mean, him for the grapevine. Hwang Dae-han. Sorry, I do apologize.
There's a lot of names to rattle off, in all fairness.
Basically, what I'm trying to get at is we're not going to have a team next year.
Yeah.
And how long can the E-Land as a company be interested in keep funding this project that is just not doing well? Do you know what I mean? Like we've got Lowell Park, we've got Mokdong now, and it looks beautiful. They've done really, really well.
But they really have. I thought Mokdong was actually quite a smart move by them when they had to move out the forced out of Jamshil.
It's very nice, and they've done really, really well with it. But attendances are down. They were selling products at discounted prices yesterday because they can't sell the gear, they can't sell the products. I mean, we see it. Everyone sees it. I'm just speaking the truth right now. Next season is the 12 or 13 teams in the K-League 2. I think it's 13 teams. I think Cheonam and Cheongju have also put their head in there.
There's a couple more teams definitely have applied, and I think one more as well.
But yeah, where does that leave E-Land? Because Chonan now, I've not been following the K3 or K4 so much, but I know they could probably beat E-Land right now. Jeongju's probably the same. Where does that leave Seoul E-Land? You've seen it with Gimpo this season, a team that don't have a lot of money, but a team that has just come there to fight and win. A team that's just come there just with a passion, just played football. We've seen it. Okay, E-Land have beaten them 3-0 twice or 3-1, 3-0. I mean, thank you, Gimpo, for 6 months. However, they play football like they want to play football. They're not overpaid. They're not overthinking about it. They're gone there to play. They've gone there to win every single game they go into. Every single game's a battle. I love watching Gimpo play football because you could tell they're there. They love the fact in the K-League too. And I tell you what, right, personally, not talking about Seoul E-Land for a moment, their fans are the loveliest fans in the K-League. Honestly, they're lovely fans. They're just happy to be here. When I was in the commercial, I got speaking to fans. I made friends with them. And every time E-Land play Gimpo, I meet up with fans and they're lovely, lovely people. But they're just happy to be here. Where I think E-Land, I don't even know what they want. I don't even know what E-Land want themselves as a company and as a football team.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's difficult. I mean, as a fan, if you're watching a team which promises so much, delivers so little, then promises it'll do it again, and then fails to deliver again, how much faith would supporters have in the next cycle, and how much faith would they have that the board could carry it out successfully, given how many times they've tripped over before in doing so? We'll try and end this somewhat. I mean, we're going to be scraping the barrel. We're going to be scraping the barrel, but we try to find a bit of light. Is there anything if Seoul E-Land could salvage? I'm trying to think of the best way because of saying this, but from the fans' perspective, what would from this position you find yourselves in now until the end of the season, what would be considered an improvement? And try to could there be anything Seoul E-Land could do to change your mind at this point this season?
Play to win.
Yeah,
just have a bit of passion, because you watch the games and it's not good enough, and it's one of them. It's like you can have a bad game, but they've had 29 bad games. As a fan perspective, if there's anything that's been good this season, nothing. Absolutely nothing. On the pitch, off the pitch, around the team. And it hurts me, and I sound more like a monologue here now than a podcast. I apologise, I've taken such a somber route, but from the past, what I've experienced at Seoul E-Land, and I've never done nothing but sing the team's praises, I think I'm done, to be honest. I think I'm done. I can't continue to let myself go through what Seoul E-Land do to fans and do to myself. So very, very difficult. Very, very difficult.
Well, on that somber bombshell, I hope it doesn't come to that in the end, Michael. But certainly a somber note to end on. Certainly food for thought for Seoul E-Land, for their fans as well. And hopefully we can get you back on in the near future to under happier circumstances. Maybe we'll be talking about a different team or something, but perhaps
probably on Blue Wings fan next time you meet me.
Oh no, let's never go down that route. But Michael, great to have you on as always, and we look forward to hearing from you again soon. Cheers, Michael.
Thank you very much.